All right, so today we're going to be going over this song, The Middle by Jimmy Eat World. I know the title and the band name are both very odd. You might not recognize it at first, but I feel like when we start to play it, you're going to start to recognize it. Okay, so first bit you'll notice, those first 8 measures, they're just absolutely filled with eighth notes. So it's not really down until we get to those bottom 3 lines of measures that we start to get more variety. And especially when we get on to the next pages, it's going to be consistent. So for now, we're really just going to focus on the right hand. We'll add the left hand later in class. So let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to take this pretty much 2 measures at a time. We're going to take a look at those top 2 measures. You'll see, first off, you'll notice our key signature. We'll get real up close there. So we're going to have a lot of F flats, or F sharps, my bad, and we're also going to have C sharps. And what those are your F sharp is right here, and your C sharp is right here. So you have your set of 2, and then you have your set of 3. F sharp is the first on your set of 3. C sharp is the first on your set of 2. So that should be pretty easy to remember for this one. Taking from the start, we have those 2 Fs. We're looking to the right hand, and we have those 2 Fs. And then we drop down to a bunch of Bs, specifically, I think 8 or 9 total before we switch to another note. So it sounds like. And that's before we transition up back into our F, then before going from E and then back down to C. So the basic pattern is this. We go from F to D, back to F, E, C. And playing that all with eighth notes, we have apologies, I messed up on the timing. Let's try that again. We're going to take it slower. The initial time signature is written as 158 beats per minute. We are not nearly ready to go that fast. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We get those C's for quite a bit before transferring back on measure 5 back to our D's, and we get 7 of those before jumping right back down to our C. So that would be 5, 6, 7. And actually, for our C's, we get 8. So we get 7 D's, 8 C's, and then we're right back up to our D's, which we get quite a few of those. So taking it from the top, we have 2 Fs, then coming down to our Ds, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, going up back to our Fs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then coming down to our E, you get 2 of those, then jumping down to our Cs, 1, 2, 3, 4, hopping back up to our Ds, we get 7 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Back down to our C, we get 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then back to our Ds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we stop on our first interval. As you can see there, our top note is a D, and then our bottom note is an A. So it looks like this. It's a 4th. So that's going to be our ending note. So we're going to take that all a little fast. And then we end on that chord. From there, the right hand is really just a lot of intervals. It's relatively simple. If you'll see that bottom note, you have hey, don't write yourself off yet. The bottom note stays fairly consistent at that A. So we have this starting finishing chord A. Then we have just A by itself. Then you could bring back the D, but still playing the E. Then you're gonna stretch up. You're gonna turn this from a fourth into a fifth. So instead of A and D, you're gonna have A and E. So together, apart. Then you're gonna shrink your hand in, bringing it to a C and an A. Okay, let's go over all of that together. And you'll notice how my bottom note, this thumb, did not move at all. So we're now on to measure 12. We finish off on the C and the A chord. Then we pick it up again from that A. You'll see it's fairly consistent all the way through. So we have A by itself, and then A and C together all the way through for It's Only in Your Head, You. Then we switch over on measure 13. Our thumb drops down to an G, and our top note comes up to an A. And then we collapse back down into another A. So taking it from measure 9, we're gonna go all the way from the word hey to out. So now you'll notice after the word out, we have just a short little pause of 2 quarter rests. And then we pick up with an 8th note and then a quarter note. And these are both that same. If you look back to feel, where we had a G and a D, these are going to be the